Hey guys, it's Fabs and welcome back to another video. And today I have a microphone, I have written a script, and I am ready to be a serious YouTuber. Do you feel me? Good. But on a more like serious note, I guess, why have I not been uploading videos? It's because, wait, do you guys even care? I'm gonna say anyways, it's because I was wondering whether or not to continue my channel. You know, I was kind of having, months to reflect and to, think about the meaning of life. That, but also I had my final major project and I've been working and it's been sucking up all my energy. But yeah, I was wondering whether or not to continue the channel. Obviously, as you're watching this video, here I am. I decided to continue. But yeah, that's the long story short. So if you see me, my eyes will go zoom. It's because the script is behind the camera. I want to say the camera, it's my phone, guys, it's my phone. But behind the camera, so I'm actually looking at the script that I wrote. So yeah, on to today's topic, which is the review of Assassin's Creed Origins. I know you've seen the title, and yes, I have played on easy and I enjoyed myself. Okay, if that makes you salty, then I don't know for you. So let's get into the story of the game. Like the name suggests, Assassin's Creed Origins is the story of the origins of the Assassin's Creed, but more specifically it follows two storylines, one of which is Bayek's story, Bayek in the Egyptian time, about his revenge against an organization that did him and his wife really dirty. So they go off on this quest, on this adventure, what would it really say? They go on the storyline to basically take down this organization with the help of people like Cleopatra. Cool, right? And the second story is set during today's time, and it follows an archaeologist called Layla, who in Egypt, she finds Bayek's mummy and uses a machine called the Animus, which allows her to gain access to Bayek's memories, which is why we can, access like basically the main game, because it's through Layla going through Bayek's memories, so that she can get promoted essentially. It's more complicated than that, obviously, but I want to keep it short and sweet in it, so here we are. I feel like a presenter, like damn, like IGN hit me up, like If the name Cleopatra didn't tell you, this game is set during the Egyptian era, more specifically during the time when Rome was slowly conquering the Egyptian world. I like the story overall, but was it the best ever? No. But it kept me interested enough to, finish the game. I dropped about 40 hours in it, so, like it was good enough. And even though the middle section was a bit repetitive, I'm not gonna lie, like it was good. I liked it, I stayed along to the end. But let's get into the actual review of the game. Now, let me shout out Ubisoft for making this sick. I don't know what that was. Sick world. Like, honestly, this game's greatest strength is in its world building and atmosphere. The graphics are on point. The map is huge. There's such a variety of different locations, like the rustic Egyptian towns like Siwa, the deserts that feel like they are endless, and the Greek towns that like look like you just stepped into Greece. But like you see the mixture of these cultures, the clashing, the differences between believing in the Greek gods and believing in the Egyptian gods. Like, it's fantastic. The names of the towns are so accurate sounding, like to a non-expert like me. Like, you just feel like, wow, I'm really like in like 30 BC. Like, this is so cool. My favorite one being Crocodilopolis. I can't say that one with a straight face. I loved getting to the synchronization point and getting the gorgeous views of the nearby areas. This world is just fantastic. The NPCs live their daily lives with random events that occur like while you're on like your way to another mission. For example, I was completing a side quest and some guy was getting caught for doing something and the guards were chasing him, and me, I was being a nosy Nancy, so I just stood there and I was like, well damn, like let's just watch what's going to happen. The guy got absolutely clarted. I was just like, well, I need to continue picking up these bodies because that's none of my business. I'm not trying to catch no heat from the guards, you feel me? Exactly. And it's stuff like that that just keeps you like really immersed. Talking about the side missions, they are a little repetitive. The stories around them were like good, I would say. They're not like Yakuza good, but they're good enough. I did a lot of them, I'm not going to lie to you. And it keeps you immersed in the world. Like, the side quests really help build up like the kind of world that you're in, and how each place has different problems. Like Siwa, you probably get more stuff like, oh, this person went to go hunting for me, they've gone missing, can you go collect that? And if you're in the Greek areas, it's more like, oh, we need to go save poets and stuff like, you know, it's really like area specific. About the combat, I thought that the combat was fun. I thought that it was smooth. I liked the ending animations that you get, you know, when you finish off an enemy and you feel like you're really, really cool or whatever, you know. I want to reiterate that I did play on easy, but there was still a difficulty curve for me. I still got my butt whooped a couple times. I played on easy because obviously I've never played an Assassin's Creed game before. Don't judge me. And I also liked the variety of the weapons that you can get. I liked how, you know, some swords make you swing faster. Other like big, you know, like hammer looking spears stuff makes you like swing slower. So it kind of changes up the way that you fight these enemies and the way you approach these different situations. I also like the idea of having the cursed weapons, which gave you like a lot of damage, but it took away like a third or 2/3 of your health. So it's basically you juggling that risk reward factor, you know, am I good enough to be using this kind of weapon, which was really, really good. I enjoyed it. You know, we've had a lot of positives, now we have to go on to the negative side, because no game is perfect, obviously. And one of the most notable problems that I had was that I felt that the RPG elements didn't really mesh well with the rest of the game. I completely understand like how it happened, because obviously this was their first attempt at mixing RPG elements with normal Assassin's Creed gameplay, so obviously it was never going to be perfect first try. But I didn't really feel like it meshed well. Like, my biggest example is the leveling walls. Like, obviously in any RPG, you know you're gonna have to grind, and there's kind of a problem because I don't particularly like grinding if the game isn't all that fun, if that makes sense. Like, you don't want to go and spend hours doing the same thing basically over and over again if the actual gameplay isn't worth it. And I'm not saying that the gameplay is not worth it for Assassin's Creed, but I just feel like when, especially me, somebody who did a lot of the side quests as I went along, so you'd feel like, okay, well then that should basically assure me to be where I need to be for the story missions. But then you'd be like, oh, I'm a level 27. Oh, the next story mission is at level 32. Oh, sorry mate, come back later, you're gonna have to grind. And then that kind of ruined the pacing of the story with me, because I felt like, you know, when you really just want to go, like, imagine you just finished one story mission, it's like the stakes are high and everything, you're like, oh my gosh, like, and imagine in the story it's like, okay, like tomorrow we absolutely have to go and kill this guy. If he continues to be alive, like, he's going to cause more problems to the people. But then it's like, oh no, wait, sorry, you're now gonna have to grind for like 2 hours so that you're a high enough level to do this mission. And then you're just like, well, it doesn't really fit with the high stakes of the mission, you know, in game that we're gonna do. Do you see what I'm trying to say? So yeah, it's just, that was like the biggest issue that I had with the game. Another pet peeve of mine that I had is the object in proximity waypoints. Proximity to me means close. Don't ruin my parkour flow by saying object in proximity, and then you make me stop and you make me go look for the object, and then it's like 300 meters away, and you're just like, that's not proximity. You ruined my vibe. Like, why? Like, that really, really annoyed me. But back onto the positives, talking about the parkour, I thought it was so good. It was smooth. Like, the majority of the time I didn't really encounter problems with like where I need to go. It was quite responsive. Obviously there was sometimes, like, especially when you want to drop down from things, it didn't really work and you're just like, can you just go down, thank you, you know. But the level designs in terms of like the villages and stuff like that, the developers really went and like made like multiple paths that you could take so you can get from one side to another without touching the floor. And it made you feel like, ooh, like I'm spotting all these places even though they've put it in before. So that is a really, really good touch. The attention to detail is really, really cool in this game. But for time's sake, I'm going to rapid fire these at you. But please, like, the devs did such a good job on this game with like small things that you wouldn't think matters, but then like when you actually experience it, you're just like, well, bro, this is really good. Like this is good stuff, bro. So enemies can hit you off your horse. Outfits affect your visibility to guards. The sand dunes like allow you to discover, like hide the next, I know I was gonna say it quickly, but they hide the next town over, so that when you go up them, you get like that whoa, kind of like view of the next place that you've just discovered, which is absolutely sick. Wearing a mask will affect how Bayek's voice sounds in cutscenes.
You know it better. It had better live up to the tales that I are told.
Mixing the languages, which is something that bilingual people do, is very natural. And getting spotted, oh, a bit itchy. Getting spotted will make the target run to a more secure location and get more guards around them, which is a sick detail, which that pushes you to be more stealthy. And freeing a caged animal, like that animal has no loyalties to you. Like even though you freed it, it was still nyam you, okay? I was speaking from experience. That shit hurted. Like, you know, I had a plan. And let me just explain, because I had a plan and I freed the animal thinking it was gonna go and like eat all the enemies, and then it came and ate me, and I was like, why would you do this to me? Like, I don't even know, like. Overall, I think for Ubisoft's first step in this new direction, it is, you know, a fantastic start. It got a non-fan, you know, like me, a non-fan of the series, to one, play the game for more than 1 hour, side-eye freedom cry, and two, to consider picking up the future installments, which I think is really, really good. Is the game perfect? Definitely not. But, you know, but despite its repetitiveness of the missions, it's got really, really fun gameplay, and the world will just keep you hooked anyways. Even, for example, while I was, because yesterday I went to go capture the footage for this video, I ended up playing for like another 3 hours just because I thought, oh, let me do this mission, let me do that mission, even though I finished the game, and I never do that. Like, I never, like, once I finish the story, like, that's it. Like, we're over, bro. So it was really shocking for me to want to go back and play the game, because it was so much fun and the world was so like cool, and you just lost like hours in there, which was really, really good. I think that having like characters that have different accents that you don't really hear was really like refreshing, because I'm so used to hearing like American or like English, but like, you know, very posh English talked by very posh rich people, or the Cockney, you know, you go you with the lads down to the pub, you know, can't really do the accent, but you know, here we are. It was really refreshing to hear like Bayek speaking with African accent. You're just thinking, yes man, like that's what we like to see, you know. And it is definitely a game that I would recommend to anyone to try, like, because it's so fun, and it's a really good like first step for anybody to discover like Ubisoft games or like Assassin's Creed games in general. So yeah, so what rating am I gonna give it? I'm gonna give it a 1 thumbs up. So that was it for the review. This video I feel like is going to be a bit longer than what I usually do, but I had obviously a bit more to say. I didn't speak about absolutely everything, like the boat sections, which was really cool anyways, and stuff like that, because I wanted to kind of keep it kind of short and sweet. Not really. I feel like I should make one of them like 40-minute videos giving me like a proper in-depth critique, but yeah, that's long. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you guys want to follow me on Instagram, here it is. Please make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and get notified, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye. Hi. Hey there. Yo. Hey, why don't you press this video, or maybe a little bit of a shimmy over to this video? Why not subscribe? Press low right here, press it. Boom, boom, boom. I'll see you guys next video. Bye.